Hello and welcome to Everyday Tarot, your daily dive into the divine wisdom of the tarot. I'm your host, Camille A. Saunders, healer, intuitive tarot reader, professional witch, and today I'm talking about the final season of 2025 guests. Whether you're a seasoned tarot reader or just starting to explore, this podcast offers daily insights, intuitive messages, and practical advice drawn from the cards. Each episode is designed to help you connect with your inner wisdom, find clarity in your decisions, and tap into the energy of the universe. Tune in every day, Monday through Friday, for fresh perspectives and empowering guidance from the tarot as interpreted by me. If you love the show, the best way to support it for free is by listening daily, leaving a review, and subscribing or following in your favorite podcast app. You can get my free 2025 5-card tarot spread I created just for you at the beginning of this year by joining my newsletter list. My newsletter always has the most up-to-date information on upcoming events, presentations, musings, and info and photos of my day-to-day life. I have opened up the podcast to have guests on now, as you can see and hear this season. If you're interested or know someone that might be a good fit, please fill out my form to be a guest on the podcast. That will be linked in the show notes. If you're local and you want to meet me in person, you can join us at the New Year Full Moon Healing Circle on January 3rd from 2 to 4 p.m. Join my colleague Izzy and I as we step into the new year under the light of the first full moon, a sacred time for reflection, release, and renewal. As we enter 2026, this full moon invites us to pause and honor the turning of the cycle, to let go of what no longer serves us and create space for what's ready to bloom. Together, we'll reflect on the lessons of the past year, clear stagnant energy, and set powerful intentions for the year ahead. We meet at Thresholds Collective in Tacoma from 2 to 4 p.m. Tickets for our January 3rd event are up now. And you can find the links for any of these offers in the show notes or on my website, CamilleASaunders.com/everydaytarot, in addition to the images of the cards I pull on each episode. All right, like I said, welcome to season 20. I am interviewing guests on the podcast this season to talk about their views on tarot and how they use it. If you haven't listened to my other seasons yet, you can check those out. In season 1, I talked tarot basics. In seasons 2 and 3, I went through all of the Major Arcana cards and an overview of the 4 suits. Season 4 was all about tarot and pop culture. Season 5, I went through 13 common tarot spreads. Season 6, 7, 8, and 9, I went through all of the suits, starting with wands, then pentacles, swords, and cups. In season 10, I talked about tarot and witchcraft. Season 11, tarot and plant allies. Season 12, tarot and animals. In season 13, I dove into divination in the Harry Potter series. In season 14, I answered frequently asked questions. Season 15, I talked about tarot and crystals. Season 16, we went through queer deities. Season 17 was all about autumnal tarot spreads. Season 18 about color magic. And season 19 that I just wrapped up was about different decks and how to use them. So like I said, now we are on to season 20, where I'm interviewing guests, although not today, but to talk about their views on tarot and how they viewed it. So today I'm just kind of laying out the season ahead. So as I go through that, so first, guests, right? Okay, so far this has been a solo endeavor through 19 seasons of the podcast, and that has been wild as I went through 2025. So I thought it'd be really fun to start interviewing some guests and getting folks on the podcast to kind of end out this year. So that will be coming soon this season, starting tomorrow. They will be video episodes, so that's why I'm kicking off with video today. Hello, maybe you have not actually seen me before if we've only met virtually on the podcast. Maybe you've been to my website and clicked around and seen photos of me, but unless you know me in real life out in the world, perhaps you have only gotten to know my lovely voice, my wild and voracious appetite for tarot and talking about it, and kind of all the things that I love to do. So welcome to my office here. If you are a therapy client of mine, This is what you get to see a lot of the time. I did move this year, so my background has changed. And this is where I record basically all the episodes for, although you will see that I did one of my friends, Izzy or Isabella Kopov, came to my house because I know them locally, and we recorded outside on my front porch. So that's probably the only one right now that hasn't been recorded from this location. In the Divination in the Harry Potter series season, I did an episode that was recorded from Enchanticon that was in St. Louis fantasy conference this summer. And then perhaps I've occasionally recorded from hotel rooms if I was traveling, but mostly this is where we're at all the time from my desk. You can see all my various art and belief systems behind me. I have an altar here behind me. I have my little witch hat light that Izzy got me, and I have some candles and stuff. I have tarot cards actually up on the low bookshelf there. So if you ever hear me rolling my desk chair or taking a moment to go grab my tarot decks, that's where they are on the shelves. And yeah, I actually have a whole built-in bookshelf over there where I keep all my lovely tarot companions and compendiums that I do research on other than, what I find online. I also have lots of other books on there that aren't tarot related, but, we'll keep it relevant to this episode. So yes, this season we'll have guests. All will be video, all of the guests will be on video recordings that I've done. So that will be very fun to see. I do my best, or we do our best with other guests to show any tarot cards that we pull up to the camera on video. I'll do my best to have the decks linked in the show notes that we talk about, even when it's one of my guests that uses the deck. Just in case I don't, I'm going to do my best to have images of the cards that are in my possession, but if I don't have them, I'll at least have the link to the deck that the guest uses. Like I said, they will be video episodes, which is super fun. So even if you don't have a guest episode this season, it will be a video of me. So that's kind of most of the bulk of the season. Of course, as this rolls out, I love doing 13 episode seasons. So we will end up in 2026 actually. So I am going to do a 2025 5-card tarot spread in review episode. So if you join my newsletter, you get a PDF to my 2025 5-card tarot spread I created for my lovely listeners and that I kicked off the podcast with in January of 2025. I think it was my third episode, third or fourth. I can check real quick, but one of the early episodes, I created the spread and did a 2025 look ahead. So I'll be doing a 2025 retrospective by pulling an additional, I guess, what am I going to do? I guess I'm probably going to look back at the cards that I pulled in that episode. So I will have to go back and listen to it and check it out. And then we'll review kind of what I interpreted that, maybe talk about what came true. Okay, so I will have that tarot spread and review episode, which should be super fun. I'll have a New Year's episode. I have guests, like I said, that I've been chatting with actually over the last couple months and been recording them and kind of banking those episodes for this month so I can take a little time off as well. I'm also, has yet to be recorded, but I'm super excited to hopefully get to interview my Kitty Garcia, who is the lovely individual who helps me write my show notes and creates all the social media graphics you know and love since I believe April of 2025. I'm trying to remember if the first graphics came out that they did in May, perhaps, but that's when we connected. And they've been helping me listen to my episode and look at the transcript of it and create the show notes. They kind of create the whole structure of the show notes and keep us on track there, and do all the linking and everything, and utilize the graphics and create social media graphics for the different seasons or the different themed background, as you've seen if you are over on my Instagram page, or if you check out the website, CamilleAceSaunders.com/everyday tarot, you can check out all of the images of any tarot card I've pulled throughout the entire year on my website. We're not totally up to date right now, but we're pretty close. As you know, I put a ton of episodes Monday through Friday, so it's hard to keep it all up to date. We're doing our best. Yeah, so I'm super excited to have them on. I have some other folks, some of which are colleagues of mine, some are other therapists that I know that are also witchy and into tarot, some folks that are kind of like tarot curious, I would say, and that maybe I know in other ways, either friend-wise or more colleagues. And then I have some folks that are fairly new to me, but are doing businesses that are similar, or at least like intertwined or interesting to me, that I think would be a really interesting take on tarot. And pretty much everyone uses tarot or oracle in some way, shape, or form. So I loved getting to talk to all those folks, and I'm excited for you to get to see and hear these episodes. I will have some wrap-up episodes for the season, and then a what's next for 2026, because spoiler alert, I am not keeping up this pace that I have done for this year. What was really fun for me was to create this year-long commitment to put out episodes Monday through Friday for all of 2025, as I've been saying since the beginning of the year. And yeah, I'm not going to spoil it yet, but I will have more information for you on what to expect for 2026 in these episodes. So I think that's going to be where I mostly wrap it up today. We will go ahead and pull a card as usual to see what message the cards have for us. I'll be using my numerology oracle deck that I just got. If you listened to last episode, you will have heard this. If not, check it out. But yeah, let's go ahead and pull a card and see what the dive in and see what the cards have to say today, what they want to share with us. Right. You're getting the full video and ASMR deck experience here. We'll have to see if for the future, if I have a document camera where basically I can show like what's on my desk, or if you had like, if you grew up in the 90s and early 2000s like I did, it's like having the projector kind of thing where you write on the small part and then it gets video projected elsewhere. It's kind of like that. So perhaps if I do any complicated spreads, I will switch my video from my face to my hands to show the cards I pull and perhaps that kind of thing. You should do. Sorry. Let's, continuing to shuffle here. All right. Okay. Go ahead. I like to cut the deck and then pull a card. Okay, I pulled 4, which is Justice. I'm just gonna make sure you can see that. Yeah, Justice here. But all of these numerology cards have kind of like repeating imagery. So here I feel like we see, think like koi fish. That would be my guess. Let's see here. As the square symbolizes the product of equals and signifies justice. This card indicates that eventually our dreams must have concrete form if they are to be realized. In drawing this card, you are advised to be diligent and patient at this time because circumstances indicate that plans and dreams cannot be hurried. Perhaps there is more work to be done, or maybe someone needs your practical help right now? Have you given thought to stepping outside the box with your plans or dreams? This might be the time to do that. Also, this is not the time to be careless, as this could bring adverse results. Think carefully and go through the process systematically. To give you some variation, it would be a positive objective to turn your attention to someone who needs a friend right now. If you are working hard in a positive way, you will have no need to feel dissatisfied. It says this number vibrates to the colors green and blue, which are in this card here. To attract some help when you need it, try wearing green or blue. Green expresses through the intellect, while blue seeks to express spiritual light. And if you listen to my color magic season, you will know that blue is associated with Thursday or Thursday, and green is associated with Friday for the goddess Frigg or for Venus. So as you listen to this, I'm trying to remember. But anyway, blue and green. So I talked about some correspondences. Here it says again, green expresses intellect, blue seeks to express spiritual light. So it's that combination of both there. So it sounds like, yeah, something we're planning, we're dreaming, but also we're being patient, right? We are not rushing, which I just feel like feels perfect for this time of year as we get to, at least in the northern hemisphere, like we just are going to be having solstice, we are having winter solstice, we're in sort of like hibernation mode, even though it's a lot of like holiday time. We are thinking about next year, thinking about some possible aspirations or things to resolutions for the year. But again, we're not rushing it, right? We still have a little bit of time. We all know it's kind of like it takes all of January and kind of consistency to create habits. So if there's something you really want to do, go ahead and start it now. You don't need to wait till the new year to do something like that. So yeah, I think this card, right, it thinks about the square, justice, and our dreams must have concrete form if they are to be realized. So also we can't be too in our head, too Pisces about our dreams. We have to actually, right, maybe have a business plan or think about why are we doing it, right? Okay, sure, we have a goal, but like why? If we're not clear on the why, then it's going to be a lot harder to execute. So that's what the cards have to say today. Links for the tarot decks and oracle decks I talk about will always be in the show notes and on my website if you'd like to look at them or purchase them. And thanks for joining me today on Everyday Tarot. Just as a reminder, the podcast comes out daily, Monday through Friday for all of 2025. You can email me, me@CamilleAlexanders.com with your thoughts, questions, and more. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.